everyone, welcome to What I'm Working On. I'm Marissa and I'm the blogger behind Ampersand Creative. I decided to create this series, What I'm Working On, because I've always been inspired and motivated by creative individuals, and I love hearing about all the projects and things that they're working on. I feel very inspired and driven to pursue my own projects and things when I hear kind of what everyone else is up to. Not only because they show me kind of what's possible, but also because you hold each other accountable. When you have a really supportive community of people that really just love watching each other succeed and grow, you really can accomplish anything. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for with this series. Not only will I share some of the projects that I'm working on, some of the goals that I have personally and professionally, but I want to hear from you. My vision here is maybe having this be a link party where you guys can share, upload your own blog posts, your own videos, so we can check each other out in terms of what you're working on. But also you can tag me at Marissa Burdett on Twitter and Instagram or on Facebook with Ampersand Creative, and use the hashtag WIWO, what I'm working on, so we can all follow each other and support one another in this endeavor. Kind of what I'm envisioning is that this will happen in the first and third Saturday of each month, but we'll see how it goes. I would love to interview a lot of cool creative individuals along the way as well, so stay tuned for that. I have some cool people lined up already. So I wanted to connect this a little bit to Ampersand Creative. If you've read a little bit about why I chose the name Ampersand Creative, it's all about saying yes to all of the ands in your life. So not just being defined by one thing, whether that's your career or your relationship or your hobbies, but really everything together. You are not defined by one thing. You are able to pursue whatever you want. You don't have to stick to a box, and so that's something that I'm really passionate about. So oftentimes identifying what your ampersand is will help you think about some of the projects and goals that you want to achieve. So just a little bit about me and what my ampersand is I am a marketing consultant, and I am a creative blogger, and I am a swing dancer, and I'm a Pittsburgher. And those are just some of the things that I'm currently kind of working on and growing and evolving in, which kind of shape a lot of the things and the projects that I'm working on. So let's hop right into it. Let's talk about some of the things that I'm working on. So I thought I would section this off by talking first about in my professional life. So as I mentioned, I am a marketing consultant. I work for a really cool startup in Pittsburgh, and so right now we're kind of in the status quo, if I had to say. Right now my goals are just to really keep up with introducing myself to a lot of new clients, with checking in with people, really being of service. I work with a lot of small business owners on their marketing, so really just trying to go above and beyond to help them out, maybe find some cool strategies for them. I also maintain a weekly newsletter, so really staying on top of that, really coming up with fresh ideas. One of my goals is I'm hoping to write a blog post for the company site at some point, just depending on the timing, so hopefully that will come up soon. Really cool opportunity there. And really I think the main goal behind what I'm doing professionally right now is kind of redefining what my role is in the company and what my next step is. So I'm kind of brainstorming, trying to figure that out, and I'm excited to see where that takes me. So that's kind of what I'm up to professionally, nothing too exciting. The next category of things is kind of what I'm doing on the blog. What am I working on with the blog? I only recently just launched Ampersand Creative. It's been many months in the making, so I'm just so relieved that it's out there. Sometimes I find that, you know, waiting until something's perfect is not going to be your solution. So I just wanted to finally get it live, and I think that's been a great decision. And now I'm just cranking things out and really trying my best to get good content out there. But some of the projects that I'm working on is hopefully by the time that this episode goes live, I will have already taken or in the process of taking by Regina. by Regina.com, she has an Epic at Home workshop. And her workshop is on building a challenge for your blog readers. She's had a lot of really cool successful challenges in the past, including a 30-day business cleanse, I think it was called, and it was really successful for her and everyone really benefited from it. So my goal is hopefully that I've gone through the workshop, that I watched all the videos, completed all the worksheets, and hopefully by the time this airs that I've at least gotten a good start on that in creating a challenge for all of you. My second project that I'm working on with the blog is to really focus on a newsletter. It's something that I really have neglected to do in the past, and it's something I really want to pursue, but I don't want it to be something overwhelming. So hopefully it's something that's going to be a monthly habit for me, kind of as a unique opportunity to dive a little bit more personally into some of the topics that I explore on the blog, kind of the feelings associated with it, and trying just to work through those and share some tips and strategies and resources that I've come across, but also hearing from you on what you're learning, and sharing that with others too, kind of building a really cool community. So that's my second goal, is to really dedicate myself to a newsletter. And thirdly, my third goal right now, amongst other things, is to compile an old series that I did in my previous blog, The Modern Austin. I wrote a series called Blogging for Beginners, and I really just want to compile that, tweak it, make it much better, and use that as a resource to others who, you know, have maybe contemplated this whole blog thing and just want to get started without having to do all the research that I had to do to make it something really cool and worthwhile. So that's something I really want to get to. I've been putting it off for some sort of reason, and I kind of want to explore what that reason is, but hopefully that will be something that I complete in the next couple of weeks, or maybe I already have completed it. We'll see how ambitious I have been in the last couple of weeks. So that's on the blog, what I'm working on amongst millions of other little projects, but those are the main things that I want to work on. And then personally, there's a lot of things that I want to work on, especially with maybe introducing healthier eating again, and working out a little bit more consistently. I participated in the 21-Day Fix by Beachbody. I'm sure you've all heard of that. A while back in the fall, and I wasn't able to completely commit because of travel and things, but it really does work and I really liked it, and so I really want to hopefully introduce that a little bit more consistently. So I've been trying to incorporate it a little bit more, just being a little bit more intentional about that. Something else is that I'm really trying to spend more time reading, and so one of my big goals is to turn off my electronics before bed. I find that I'm staring at a screen majority of my entire day, whether it's at work or at home, and I really just need to set it aside and read for a while before bed. So that's kind of my goal, is hopefully a few times a week, maybe 3 times a week, is really just put that all away and read before bed. I love to read, but sometimes you really have to carve out time in your schedule. So that's a project that I want to work on. Also, I recently won a contest with Create by the Yard, one of my favorite online fabric retailers, and I won a gift card. So I really want to sew something soon. I have a couple of different ideas. I am planning on moving in the next couple of months to the city. I currently live in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, and I am more than ready to be in the city. And one of the projects I kind of want to work on is making a quilt. And I have made a quilt in the past. It was kind of a crazy endeavor. I just did it in one weekend, and because I'm nuts like that, I just dive right into projects. I'd like to make it a lot easier on myself, maybe get 2 sheets, flat sheets, and just sew a crazy pattern on it. I'm not sure how that will go over, but we'll see. I have a really cool duvet from West Elm, so I want to find something that would be complementary. But on a smaller scale, I might make something else. So if you have suggestions on what I should sew next, you should let me know in the comments. So that's something else. And lastly, as I mentioned, I am planning on moving, so I really just want to go through all of my stuff that I have, my apartment stuff. It's kind of all labeled in the attic right now. I just want to go through each box, really clear out the things I don't need, clean everything, get it all organized. I want to make this move as seamless as possible. So if I really had to identify 3 goals throughout all this whole list, I would say read before bed at least 3 times a week. spend maybe 1 or 2 times a week going through my apartment stuff and really crank out either that blog challenge or that ebook. So those are my goals. Hopefully by the next time I have a video, there will be some progress and you can hold me accountable. So a couple of things I want to share also in this feature, something I've learned recently. I think we can tie that in. I've been on the email list for Clarity on Fire, and if you haven't checked out clarityonfire.com or signed up for their newsletter, you must. It is awesome. They do such a great job at really helping, especially millennials, define their career paths and what they're passionate about, and forgetting the rest. You know, it's not worth your time. Just really devoting your time and energy to the things that really matter to you. They recently put out a newsletter talking about disappointment and looking at disappointment from a totally different perspective. Instead of thinking about, oh, that really disappointed me, that was terrible, that's awful, it sucks. Instead thinking that this idea that there's something bigger now that you can anticipate in its place. Let me read the quote to you. It says, "What if not getting what you wanted, or maybe not getting what you wanted on the time frame that you wanted, is actually a sign for what's in store being much bigger and better than you could have imagined?" And that just like really hit home for me, that, you know, if you're a firm believer in that if a door closes, something even better might be awaiting you. And so instead of being disappointed, it's really an opportunity to anticipate something awesome. So that's something that just, you know, was a cool reminder, something to learn recently that hopefully maybe you'll find resonates with you as well. So I'm going to finish up with what I'm reading right now. Right now I'm reading a book called The Bookstore, and I can't quite remember the author's name, but I'll make sure to put that in the blog post. It's kind of one of those great easy reads that's still intellectually stimulating, so I'm quite enjoying that. Just a little brief synopsis without giving anything away is there's a British PhD student in New York City, and she's kind of finding her way and dealing with a not so good boyfriend, and she actually ends up getting pregnant. So kind of, even though that seems like a Lifetime movie, it's really not. She's really quirky and really smart. Just great banter and thoughts and things, so just following her journey. And what I'm planning on reading next, I need to finish up this novel, or this book called Reinventing Organizations by Frederick Laloux. It's a fantastic book, but it's quite dense. It's about really rethinking the structure of the workplace and organizations itself, and it's fascinating. It's the future of what work should look like. Highly recommend that. I just need to finish it. And then I'm going to read Get Big Things Done. I got that at a Levo League event, and I'm really looking forward to diving into that as well. So I hope you enjoyed the first episode of what I'm working on. I can't wait to interview other creative individuals like yourself and to hear what you're working on, so that I can support you in all of your creative endeavors, and that we can be a really cool community of support. So that's a wrap for today. Hope you enjoyed. Love to hear what you're working on, so don't forget to tag me and use the hashtag WIWO, what I'm working on. Have a great day.